Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
A lot of people start the day with certain routines. And so does Sarah.
V'hayu l'totafot vein enecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha v'sharecha.
Every morning she prays.
For me, it's like a real activity, a meditation, an internalization, a focus.
And every day before she leaves the apartment, she takes a look into the mirror.
See, I have highlights in my hair.
To put on her wig.
So right now I'm just going to put my hair in a bun.
Her wig looks very similar to her hair. Shoulder length and caramel.
How is this for you right now when I see your hair? Is this fine or is this...
Yeah, when you see my hair, it's totally fine. You're a female. There's no like Jewish prohibition against it. I feel really comfortable, and honestly, even if you were a male, I'd feel comfortable. I just wouldn't want to go against the Jewish law. That would be the only reason why I wouldn't do it.
Sarah is a Hasidic Jew and lives in Crown Heights, Brooklyn, close to the main synagogue around Kingston Avenue. This area is home to one particular Hasidic group, the Lubavitch.
Ja.
On every corner of Kingston Avenue is a kosher bakery, a kosher restaurant, a bookstore with prayer books, or a wig shop. From the outside, Zelda's wig salon is pretty discreet and creates a feeling of exclusivity. The glass windows are frosted, and you need to ring a bell to get in.
Hey. Welcome.
Zelda and her co-worker Rochel usually open the shop at 10 a.m.
Rochel, do you know where it is? Because she would want to get it cut.
Yeah, she's almost here. Let me check and see where.
Next to the door is a framed photo of Rabbi Menachem Schneerson, the Lubavitch leader. And then there are rows of wigs, long ones, short ones, some with waves and some that are straight. The colors range from dark black to blonde. The walls are painted turquoise, and in the middle is a large letter Z for Zelda.
So the wigs are very raw, and then we work with it to kind of, customize it exactly to match you.
Zelda opened the shop 4 years ago in 2016. She's 28 and grew up in Crown Heights. And what's interesting about her is that she herself doesn't wear a wig, not anymore. But all her life she was looking forward to cover her blonde hair after the wedding, like every other woman in the community.
In fact, I was anticipating to wear a wig because that meant a level of independence for me, a level of, I'm going to be married, I'm going to have my own family, my own life. So in a way, I was looking forward to it because it was kind of a rite of passage. I reached a certain age and I reached a level of maturity, and that's what the wig symbolized to me.
Then I have the band.
Sarah continues to put on her wig.
It's a velvet band, and I just put it on like a headband. The wig is going to go on top of the band, and I'm not going to need to use the clips. The clips pull out your hair, so I really avoid using them. So now I'm going to just start with the top. Make sure it's snug tight, and go all around the circumference of my head, and tuck in my bun at the very end, and bring some hair to the front, and voila.
How does it make you feel right now to wear it?
So I would say it depends on the day. Today I feel really good wearing it, but a lot of my mornings are really hard.
How much
Oh,
is
wow.
Yeah.
It looks so great.
Thank you.
So natural.
How much is it?
It's $2,100 and it's 10% off today.
Oh, wow.
Let me just get you the total.
Zelda and her co-worker Rochel are always very positive and encouraging.
First of all, it looks stunning. Stunning.
And they always have their phone nearby to take calls from family, customers, and to post new photos on Instagram.
Can I take a picture of you for our Instagram?
Sure. But I don't photograph well.
No, I mean, if you're not comfortable with it, we don't have to post, but I'm sure it's going to look beautiful. Looks so nice. I love it.
Yeah.
The time for Zelda's wig comes when she's 19. She falls in love and gets engaged with a man from her community. The wig she chooses is the standard wig at the time, a dark bob with bangs.
Back then, it was pretty easy decision. The lady was like, oh, it feels like butter, it looks beautiful. And I just kind of went with her opinion, and I didn't really think much of it. I would flatten it even more.
After the wedding, Zelda and her husband move in together, and she gets pregnant.
The way I lived my life was pleasing the people around me, being the best Jew, daughter, wife. And in those instances, that's what it meant. It meant wearing a wig. It meant being easy, not problematic, not a burden to anybody, not making any issues, just going with the flow. Yeah, I like it. It definitely blends with your hair. Your hair is a slight ashier, so I would take that tone and put that on the top.
At 22, Zelda has her second daughter, and that's the time when she starts to reflect back on her life and her wig.
What are my interests? What are my passions? What am I good at? What am I bad at? As I started to grow internally, then I realized that, whoa, like the wig doesn't look good on me at all. And I am not the woman I see in the mirror with the wig. And it just doesn't speak to me. And I need something that is a reflection of me, how I look outside, but also inside.
And she acts on that feeling. She starts to research wigs, and she contacts family and manufacturers in Russia where her parents grew up.
Before I knew it, I made a really, really natural looking wig for myself. I finally felt like myself. It really gave me so much excitement that I started making one for my mother, my sister, my aunt. And then I decided I wanted to make it into a business. If it's something that I really benefited from, I knew that other women would really benefit from the same experience.
Come, Castriel, come back here.
Nowadays, the wigs most Lubavitch women wear look like the one Zelda sells, natural and modern.
I picture it's going to be nice, dirty blonde, maybe a lace top. The texture is nice and smooth. It looks very natural, very, very natural, like Zelda makes them.
How old are you?
12.
The day that we get married, the next day, you cover your hair. It's the rule. It's not appropriate for us.
It's not appropriate for the men to see the woman's hair.
The reason being is that female hair in Orthodox Judaism is considered sensual and only for the eyes of the husband.
What are you making now?
I want to make the mushroom salad. Can you actually pass me the mushrooms, please, my fridge?
Sarah and her husband Yoni are cooking. He wears the clothes of a traditional Lubavitch man. He has on a black kippah and a long beard. She's wearing her hair in a bun under a baseball cap. Her caramel-colored wig is laying on the table.
For me, it was very hard to, especially in the beginning of our marriage, it was very hard for me to accept the fact that you wanted to walk into a kosher restaurant full of, Jewish people, religious people, and not want to wear your wig. I try to understand the struggle you're going through, and I try to be supportive as possible with your struggle. But yeah, there are moments where it does bother me, specifically when your hair is like in a pony or fully down, just with a hat on top. That's what kind of bothers me. But
Why does it bother you?
Sorry?
Why does it bother you?
because at the end of the day, your hair is shown. It's not the way I was taught is that all the hair should be covered, not just a little headband or a little hat on top.
Their conversation takes an interesting turn when they talk about their plans later in the night.
Okay, we're going to Zelda's after. Can I go like this?
She's talking about her baseball cap.
There's going to be guys, but there's also going to be girls, and it's going to be in a house, and we're going to be cooking, and I don't want my wig to get, like, smelly from the smell of the...
So are you asking me for permission, or you're asking, what
I know it's my own body, but I know that you care about it also, so I don't want to...
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you a quick video tutorial how I curl my hair in a messy undone wave in less than 5 minutes.
Zelda now has more than 22,000 followers on Instagram. Every day she posts a photo or a video about her connection to God, her struggles, and her personal growth.
I followed her ever since she started her business.
That's Jetta, one of her followers.
I actually bought some a wig grip from her when she had her business in her apartment, and I love her content.
They never met in person, but Jetta grew up in the same neighborhood. In fact, she even lived above Zelda's salon for the last few years before she and her husband moved to Philadelphia 2 years ago.
Hey guys, so I am packing for Shabbos.
And just like Zelda, she's also very active on Instagram.
And why is it that when I don't have to go away, I have tons of ideas of what I could wear in New York?
When I was little, I always envisioned myself in the future of who I wanted to be at that moment. I always envisioned myself to be someone who has sense of fashion, someone who expresses themselves, someone who puts makeup on and takes care of themselves, someone who styles their hair, someone who like others look up to and say like, oh wow, she has a good sense of style, and I would like to wear what she wears. Our school had a strict uniform. Your hair can't be down by itself. It needed to be in a pin or a pony. You had to wear that skirt from that one store. Your socks could only be blue, black, gray, red. Your shoes had to be simple in color. You couldn't wear any color nail polish. So a lot of rules which kind of made us not able to express our personality. I just felt like I wanted something to be cool. Like I wanted to be different. I always been like this. I always enjoyed being different. And so I always envisioned once I get out of the system, once I get out of school, once I'm not controlled by them, my future doesn't depend on them, then I will do what I want to do.
You see me, but not the wig. That's a problem. That is a problem.
Sarah is setting up a tripod in her bathroom.
It needs a little more of a stand. Alrighty. Let's see how this works out.
She's about to go live on Instagram.
Okay. I'm gonna do it.
This time she has on a green hat, a beanie.
Okay, haven't gone on with the beanie in a very long time, so it's gonna feel weird, but we're gonna do this.
Why do you not put on the wig?
My other one? I don't know, I'm not in the mood. I'm like tired right now, so I'm just like wearing the beanie, it's more comfortable. I have 125 followers active now, so. I grew up completely differently. I grew up in a way more diverse community where there's Jews and non-Jews alike. It's multiracial. It's just so many different types of people. And then I come to this place, Kingston Avenue, with all these stores, and pretty much almost everyone's Jewish on that avenue. I've never seen that in such a small, concentrated space before. Okay, Instagram is telling our followers that we started a live. Perfect. Hello, everyone. Yiddle, hello.
Sarah shows her wig to the camera on her phone.
Hello, Neshama Preschool. Hello, Chaya F.
Tired Sarah is gone.
It's time for a wig washing video.
Energetic Sarah is ready to go.
Hence, Hasidic Hipster Girl is not wearing a wig right now, and she is holding her wig. And can you see the back? How horrendous it is looking right now. The morning after my wedding, it was pretty late on in the day. It was already noon, and I wanted to go out of my hotel room to see if there was any options to get any drinks from the lobby, as there was nothing in the room, kosher or non-kosher. And I opened the door and take a peek, and my husband's like, "Oh, Sarah, you forgot your wig." And I'm like, "My wig? What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, from now on you have to wear a wig." And I was like, "Oh, right. I mean, I knew that. I'm religious. I knew what I was getting myself into. It just didn't hit me because as a single girl, we don't wear wigs. We only wear wigs after the wedding. And I guess it's something that wasn't spoken about enough before the wedding. And it just hit me like a shock." I didn't want to go downstairs wearing nothing because I didn't want to disrespect my husband. "Sarah, I know it's a little interesting, but you know, you're going to get used to it. We're in this together. This is what a Jewish wedding is like. Hair covering is really important. I don't know so much about it, but we'll learn together." He was really reassuring. He was really comforting. He was really sweet about it, but at the same time, he really wanted me to respect this commandment.
Meanwhile, at Zelda's shop.
So let's start with putting your hair in a little ponytail.
Okay.
Zelda's co-worker Rochel has an appointment with a soon-to-be bride. Her name is Sarah as well. Let's just call her Sarah, the soon-to-be bride.
Like both my in-laws and my family are like pretty religious, so they let's try to do everything covered first. At least to have that as an option, so that like I don't make anyone uncomfortable.
No problem.
You should know, Rahul, like I was feeling really anxious about this the entire day, and like I feel, just because like,
I would have calmed you down.
oh, that's sweet. No, just like the whole thing is so weird, but I feel a little calmer now.
A little what?
I feel calmer.
Okay, good. That's what we like here. I know for brides it could be like filled with anxiety, but
yeah,
it's normal. Definitely putting some strange object on your head is not like.
Right.
So this is what I'm gonna do.
And everyone's like, "Oh, trust me, you'll love it." Like you just walk out of the house. Like I don't know. Last night I was talking to people at an event, and they're like, "You just walk out of the house and like walk out." I was like, "Guys, no, you don't get it."
You also have beautiful hair.
I was like, "That's what I do now."
Right. You also have really pretty hair. So for people that don't have such pretty hair, it's a little bit. Yeah, it's true. So
this Sarah has blonde curly hair.
Just gonna start with putting this on your head. Okay. I'm gonna comb this in right here in the front.
Okay.
Do me a favor, put your hand right there for me. Okay, now I know the roots are not as ashy as your hair.
It really is nice though for you guys, meaning that once you're doing the mitzvah, to like make people feel comfortable. Meaning like to give someone like something beautiful.
For sure. I love that.
Yeah, it's true.
It's amazing.
It's a really special process.
I'd say from the outset, it's a matter of I'm walking in the streets of Crown Heights. Everyone around me is doing it. My family's doing it. My in-laws are doing it. So it's something that I want to do in order to fit in. But ultimately, and I think there is even a little bit of part of that for me now, which I might not feel on a conscious level, but definitely on a subconscious level, it is something that I want to do. And I believe that it will come, that eventually I will say, like, this is something I want to do for me. I feel strongly, or now I feel naked with uncovering my hair. So this is something that I want to do, even if no one around me is telling me to do it. Leaving soon. But
the soon-to-be bride is texting her fiancé to pick her up.
Okay, Joey, wait. It's going to be highlighted, and also it's like she's going to make it more wavy.
She shows him pictures of her and the wig on her phone.
Now I'm scared. Is it okay, Joey?
Let me see. Oh, it's not bad.
Okay, it's not my hair, Joe.
I know.
Stop. Now I feel bad.
Let me see.
Okay.
That's actually pretty similar. Hold on.
Wait, that's my hair out in the front.
Oh, okay.
No, but I'm going to leave it out. Joe, meaning it's just like
gonna
these.
Be more textured. Like right now it looks very like flat and straight. It's gonna be like more wavy and curly.
Say something nice.
No, it looks very nice, woman.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. The length is good because it's not like overbearing,
No,
you know.
You don't want it too long.
And
she explains how the wig will look like once all the adjustments are done.
And then like this will just blend in a little better also, okay?
Here.
Is it okay, Joey?
I'm looking where's the one. I like this picture.
Oh, Joseph.
Oh,
he doesn't sound excited about it.
Well, a minute.
You're not helping. You're not helping.
One second. I'm gonna work. Here, let's try some on. You didn't give me choices.
No, Joey, I'm not wearing a platinum blonde wig.
He points at some blonde wigs.
But I just want to see.
Yes.
Here.
What do you want to see?
Try this one on for me.
No! You're gross. I'm not wearing a long and disgusting wig, Joey.
Sarah will soon come back for adjustments. The wig is going to be a gift from her husband. Jetta and her husband David left Brooklyn 2 years ago and now live in a calm neighborhood just outside of Philadelphia. Jetta is on her way to pick up their 2-year-old son Eitan.
So the car is over here. So what's interesting about his school is that they get very upset when you don't pick it. They're very on time, and I'm not a person who's like very much on time. I like try to do as much stuff as possible. So I've been really working on picking him up on time. And now we're a little late.
When Jetta got engaged and it was time for her to pick a wig, she was excited. She has curly hair and was curious to see what she looked like with straight hair.
And then when I went into the store and I tried it on and I looked in the mirror, I was like, I look really good, but I look like everyone else. And now I'm just like another Jewish mom. And I think that's when the first feelings came into me of like, I don't know if I want to do this.
And this feeling doesn't go away. She tries to style her wig in different ways. And she sometimes asks her friends how they feel about their wigs. But they all say they are fine. But Jetta herself feels more and more uncomfortable.
I felt a lot of pressure on my chest and shoulders. And I felt like I was being pushed into a box. And it came to a point where like the covers were getting closed. And that's how I would explain the feeling of depression. I felt like I just need to open up, express myself, give it, and just fight for what I want.
This is a daycare?
So this is a Montessori preschool. I didn't have a good education, so I want to send my son to a really good school. And I didn't really care if it was a Jewish school or not, because I just wanted him to be in a school that was really good. But it happens to be we were able to find a really good school in this community that is also a Jewish school. So we sent him. It's very expensive, but it's worth it because he learned a lot. Yeah, that's him. I'm gonna go get him.
Zelda's apartment is just down the street from her salon.
Good job, Tina.
Zelda got divorced 2 years ago and now lives alone with her 3 daughters, Dina, Simi and Leah.
Wanna help me cook with that?
The apartment is very bright, spacious and clutter-free. On one wall is a large painting of the Lubavitch rabbi, and next to the glass dinner table is a silver menorah, the Jewish candle holder for Hanukkah.
Yeah, but just be careful, okay? A couple months after my divorce, I did not feel like I wanted to wear the wig anymore. I very much believe that the wig is an expression of the woman within a marriage, or the expression of a woman if she wants to wear the wig, you know, for whatever reason, religious or not religious. And I completely was disconnected to the wig since I was disconnected to the marriage that was over. And for me, it was a purely religious marriage object. It was not, you know, anything other than that. So as I got disconnected to it, I had to make the decision to take it off. And the only hesitation was my business. None of the hesitation was religious. I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I do not want to wear it, and I won't wear it, and I do not need to wear it religiously.
Mommy.
Yeah, Papa?
That's Dina. She is 4 and the youngest of the 3.
What is this?
That's the part we're going to have to cut off, because that's not a good part.
Oh.
It's not so tasty.
But this part is tasty.
Yeah, that's why we're peeling that part.
And so she calls her rabbi. She tells him she's not married anymore and doesn't feel comfortable with her wig.
He asked if I would be interested in, you know, meeting a new guy for marriage. I said, yes, of course, I'm young and I want to get married again. He said, for that reason, I could take off my wig because obviously, you know, you want to be attractive and wearing a wig makes you look married. So that was the reason he gave that he approved it. There's a lot of rabbis with lots of different reasons, lots of rabbis that wouldn't agree, but I went to one that did. Yeah, Papa.
Do you need the syrup in here?
Zelda is multitasking, just like in her shop.
Yes, unfortunately, I'm slow.
Okay, fine, no problem. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
No problem. Okay, thank you. No problem. So when I go to school, I put on a wig and I dress according to the standards of the school. And I love it. Back in the day when I felt that I had to do it and I wasn't given any choices in how to live my life, I hated it. And it was one of the worst days of the year for me when I had to do that. And I would think about it, I'd get anxious about it, I'd worry about it. And it's funny that today when I do the same exact thing, I have completely different feelings associated with it. And that's because it's my choice. Because I truly feel free to be who I am, how I want, when I want. There's a big part of me that really believes in the idea of a wig and really values the whole idea behind the wig, how it protects the privacy and it keeps something special just for, you know, the husband and the wife. But obviously there's still a big part of me that struggles to understand the purpose beyond the spiritual reasons. I'm a physical person and I think with my brain, and it's hard to always nullify yourself towards the higher power, the higher idea, the spiritual reasons. The feminist part of me, you know, wants to say, why do I need to wear a wig? It's just hair. That's something that I'm okay with struggling. As a spiritual and Jewish and proud Jewish woman that I am, I do believe in God and I do believe in the commandments that we are given.
Sarah grabs the hair of the wig and starts to brush.
Hello everyone who's just coming on. We're just explaining that it's really important to remove the knots before we start the wig washing video. Happens to be in the winter. There are a lot more knots than in the summer because we have heavier coats and hoodies and scarves that block the way. So I'm just getting all the knots out. Do you guys see how much better it looks already? And then we called our family to ask them to bring my wig. My mother came about an hour after. She knocked on the door. We opened the door. She had a huge smile. Everyone is surrounding her, and she was holding the wig head. So the wig head with the wig. So she walks in with the styrofoam head and like this wig jingling in the hotel room, and everyone's following her. Her mother, which is my grandmother, my aunt's daughters, my cousins, my sisters. It looked like a parade, and I was like, oh Lord, I have to wear that. Okay. I told her I'm really not comfortable. I don't love it. She goes, oh Sarah, it's a beautiful piece. We paid $2,000 for it. You'll get used to it. I also didn't like mine at first when I wore it. Then I asked her, why do you wear it if you don't like it? And she's like, sometimes we do things we don't like, and also we do things we don't understand, but we believe they're good for us. So I sat there with that thought and really, really chewed on it. Still chewing on it, trying to educate myself.
Sarah looks into the source and doesn't like what she finds. There's no explicit line in the Torah that says married women have to cover their hair. There's just one passage that refers to hair covering. It's about a married woman who's accused of cheating on her husband and put on trial led by a priest. He performs different rituals, and one of them is that he uncovers her hair. From this, rabbis concluded that married women typically cover their hair.
The moment I read it, I was like, this is where the root of hair covering comes from? There has to be more. There has to be like a deeper reason that drives people to do it, unless everyone is just driven by the peer pressure of other people. I just don't understand what drives people.
We're home.
Jetta.
You ready to see Papa?
In Philadelphia.
Yeah?
No, not this way.
Not this way? Which way should I turn?
Back.
I should go backwards? All done.
Okay.
We're here.
The first person Jetta opened up to about her struggles with a wig was her husband David, 2 years into the marriage.
We were in our room. Part of me was very worried he may not want to be married to someone who doesn't cover their hair. There's no like, honey, come sit down, I have something important to say. It was very like, David, that's it. I just can't wear this wig anymore. I'm not wearing a wig. I don't want to wear a wig. I don't care what people are going to say or what you say. I am not wearing a wig. He turns around and he says, if you don't want to cover your hair, you don't have to. I mean, tomorrow, just don't wear a wig.
I felt like religion is not something that you wear.
Jetta's husband, David.
It's something that you feel inside you. So, and then if that aspect of religion made her feel bad, then I saw no reason for her to do it, to wear it. It was not a good thing for her. It was not something positive in your life. So
it's all of a sudden it became super real. And I myself, like I believed until today, believe so much in the idea of covering your hair. So I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but now I at least felt I had the freedom to choose.
Sometimes I'll go to the city and I won't wear a wig.
It's her small, sweet escape, says Sarah.
If I go to yoga, if I go to dance class, like I'll leave here wearing a baseball cap with my hair sticking out, which is a big no-no in this community. And I would just like take off my cap once I get to the city or once I get to the class.
First time was on a train.
Jetta.
I was wearing a black hat that had a wide brim made of wool. I definitely thought about, is there anyone on the train who knows me?
And then
Sarah,
get out of the class and I like just let my hair flow in the wind and it feels so good. Imagine your hair being covered with something so tight that the hair follicles can't even grow properly. And all of a sudden, to take off that wig and be in the New York City, vast, spacious city, and your hair flowing in the wind from side to side, like you just feeling like you own the world. It's such a good feeling.
I thought that I would feel guilty. I thought that I would feel a cloud of negativity on me. And then as I pulled it off, I felt alive. I just felt like, almost like taking your blanket off in the morning. Like,
a huge breath of fresh air. And I like to brush my fingers through my hair and feel like Sarah, like me again.
At that moment, I knew that that's what I wanted to get to. I want to get to a point where I felt comfortable like that every day.
And then I get on the subway, and slowly, as I get closer to Brooklyn, I put on my cap again.
Then when I got to my stop, I slipped my winter hood from my coat onto my head. Had like fur around the front of it, and I walked off the train. So no one was able to know if my hair was covered or not, if that was a wig or not.
Jetta has stopped wearing a wig completely, even in a synagogue or at her parents' house.
If I decide one day to wear a wig, I maybe go back to wearing it if I'm ready for the challenge, if something changes about my mindset. This is not something I'm doing to put a knife in other people's backs or to like hurt them. I'm not doing this to make a statement. I'm doing this because it's my own journey. It's me getting in touch with my feelings and how I feel about things and doing stuff because I actually want to do it. I even started wearing pants in public during this journey as well, slowly. And I've never felt less religious because of it at all. I know other people look at me like that and include me or exclude me from stuff because of that. But I've never felt less religious.
Sarah continues to cover her hair, just not in the city when she's alone.
And ever since I started doing that, that's like my way to like breathe a bit. I find it a lot easier to wear this wig on a regular basis. Yeah, we're going to Zelda's after. Can I go like this?
Back to Sarah and Yoni cooking at home. They discuss whether Sarah can go to Zelda's with just her baseball cap on.
There's going to be guys, there's also going to be girls, and it's going to be in a house, and we're going to be cooking, and I don't want my wig to get, like, smelly from the smell of the...
So are you asking me for permission, or you're asking, what
I know it's my own body, but I know that you care about it also, so I don't want to...
If you're asking me how I feel about it, I would greatly appreciate, and it really, it would mean a lot to me if you would put on your sheitel. If when we go out, after.
It's going to smell, and Shabbat's tomorrow, and I'm not going to have time to wash it.
Let's be real, it's not going to smell that much. It's not going to smell like the food.
Of course it is. We're making food for 30 people.
I don't know.
What if I hide a lot of my hair under the hat? Can I wear it?
It's not about hiding a lot or a little. It's one of the things I really don't like. I just don't think it looks very good on you. You look amazing, but the hat
it looks good on me.
No.
You just don't want me to wear it.
No,
yes.
It just looks cheap. It looks like I like when you look put together and classy.
I'm in the kitchen. I'm not going to a fashion show.
You can still look put together when.
But I don't need to look put together. I'm going to cook and cut vegetables.
Okay, fair enough. Regardless, it means a lot to me when you do wear the wig and not like that, especially since we're going with a bunch of friends, a bunch of people, and it looks like you're not going to work out. When you go to the gym or whatever, it's totally cool.
Maybe in someone's house.
I don't have an answer.
It's just a lot more comfortable for me to wear my hat.
I understand. Again, I'm not here to force you or to tell you whatever.
What if I wear a beanie with all my hair in my hat?
At the end, Sarah leaves the house wearing her wig.
I think when we both understand it better and we both understand the beauty behind it and the spiritualness behind it, not just the logical or the conforming to society or whatever it is, I think this struggle will become a lot easier and you'll feel a lot better about yourself when you're doing it.
If I was to just give it up fully, then I would never find the answer. So I think the struggle is part of the answer. Like, there's hidden things that I'm gonna discover along the way because of my struggle.
It's 9 p.m. Zelda closes the shop.
We always have to remind ourselves what it is that we're doing, why are we doing it, and we just need to remind ourselves not to be serving people, not to be serving a system, but to be serving God. And I think that religion is a very systematic way of life, and it's very regulated, and it has a lot of rules, and you lose the passion. Whereas Judaism is a passion, it's an art. And with art, there's no rules. So I think the key here is really to find the balance of not going out of control, because obviously with art and passion, you could really lose yourself as well. So I think the key to life, to serve God and to serve yourself, is really to find that balance of staying in line with what God wants, but really making your own. And I think that's the key, because when everyone's going to be robots serving God the same exact way, wearing the same exact clothes, you lose yourself. And not everybody could do that. I definitely wasn't able to do that.